Hi everyone, welcome back to Tech Booth. Today we are looking at white balance and how we can use the correct white balance to capture colors accurately when we're taking photos and when we are shooting video. Simply put, white balance is the process of adjusting our colors in our image so that white objects appear truly white. The process also helps us to capture other colors more accurately. Different light sources have different color temperatures. Color temperature is measured on the Kelvin scale. So if you look at the diagram, you can see where different light sources lie on the Kelvin scale. The process of setting your white balance neutralizes those different color temperatures so that your colors are more accurate. White balance can be done in camera or you can do it in post-production in your editing software. I recommend that you always try and get your white balance correct in camera so that you have a good place to start when you do your color correction and further color grading of your footage. The first option is just using auto white balance, and with modern cameras this works really well. So for most people, when they are shooting, auto white balance works just fine. The second way to do your white balance is to use what are called presets. Using presets is a very quick way of setting your white balance in different environments, and on this Canon there are 6 presets that start off with daylight, and then it goes on to shade, cloudy, tungsten light, white fluorescent light, and the last one matches the color temperature to that of your flash if you are using speed light or studio flash. The third way to set your white balance is a custom white balance, and for that you would need something like this. This is a gray card. On one side it's white and on the other side it's got a neutral gray. Now this is a commercially available gray card. You can get these, but if you don't have a gray card which has this white and gray, you can use anything that is white that will fill the frame, like a white wall or a white piece of paper. On the Canon EOS R, what you do is you go into your shooting mode, your photo mode, and you focus on this card, either the gray or white, both will work, and you take a picture of that fills the frame. And then when you go into the menu and you go into the custom menu, you go to custom white balance on this one, and then you pick the image that you want to use as your reference. So the picture that you've taken of the gray card or a white wall or a white piece of paper is what will appear on your camera, and you can then press set and it will ask you, do you want me to use this white balance data from this image for custom white balance? And then you click OK, and that is set. The important thing about doing it this way is that you have to have your gray card in the environment where you're going to be shooting, in the lighting environment that you're going to be shooting. Now with some cameras, all you need to do is to zoom in on the gray card, and then there's a button that you just press and the white balance is done that way. You don't have to take an image. Especially for video cameras, this is how it works. The final way to fix your white balance is to actually dial in a Kelvin value, an actual color temperature, if you know the color temperature. And this works really well when you have lights like the one I'm using here, that you can dial a color temperature. And so if my light is set at 5600 Kelvin, then I can simply go into here at the white balance, go to the K, and then change the Kelvin value or the color temperature to suit the color temperature of the lights that I'm using. Setting your white balance using the Kelvin values gives you more precise control over your white balance setting. Now, even though I said at the beginning that white balance is there to help you get accurate colors as you're shooting, sometimes as photographers and videographers, we can take advantage of this white balance for creative use. A good example of where you can creatively use white balance shift is when you're shooting subjects or people during sunset. In that scenario, instead of matching your white balance to your flash, you can shift to the warmer tones that match the sunset. So you're not going for the neutral colors, but you're going for a color that is creatively more appealing. And so there you are, a short introduction to white balance so that you get accurate colors when you are doing your video work or your photography, or you might want to push those colors one way or the other for creative reasons. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Tech Booth.